Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, the Paycheck Protection Program and how Intuit is helping. My name is Alex Cwalinski. I'm part of the QuickBooks marketing team here at Intuit, and I'll be your host for today. Joining me on the panel are three of Intuit's very own. First, we have Sarah Paul, Director of Global Public Policy and Regulatory Affairs. Also with us is Catherine Crevels, Director, U.S. Marketing, QuickBooks Fintech Services. And we have Sandy Edwards, Group Product Manager for QuickBooks Online Payroll. Our ASL interpreter for today is Christina Martinez. We had plans today to cover the Paycheck Protection Program and the actions that Intuit is taking. We had a lot of applicants come in to various banks last week, and then we found out that the program had run out of money. We're still going to go into this at a high level, but before we do that, let's start with Sarah, who's been knee-deep in this situation since the beginning.
Great. Thanks, Alex. I'm sure you all have questions about what is going on with federal relief funding for the Paycheck Protection Program. As you may be aware, funding has reached its maximum capacity as covered under the CARES Act. We're going to talk about what this means and what conversations are currently happening in Congress and with the administration. But let's take a step back first and talk about what the Paycheck Protection Program was designed for. Great. The CARES Act, also known as the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Securities Act, is the third round of federal government support in the wake of the coronavirus public health crisis. It was signed into law on March 27th and provides over $2 trillion of assistance to eligible businesses, families, workers, and other organizations in response to COVID-19. Within the bill, there are multiple relief programs for small businesses and other eligible applicants or entities. Today, I would like to talk about one of them, the Paycheck Protection Program. This is a loan program that is housed within the 7A loan program within the Small Business Administration. It is designed to provide federal relief funds to help small businesses and other eligible applicants cover payroll costs and certain operating expenses, such as mortgage interest, rent, and utilities. The loans may be forgivable in whole or in part if certain requirements are met.
Great, thank you so much, Sarah. So now that we've reviewed what the Paycheck Protection Program is and the reasons behind it, Catherine, can we move on to you? Can you walk us through what Intuit is doing to help?
Absolutely. Thanks, Alex. Intuit is committed to helping small businesses thrive, and that's what fuels our teams each and every day. We've been working diligently to create a fintech solution to connect eligible businesses and organizations to federal funding. As Sarah previously mentioned, federal relief funding for the Paycheck Protection Program reached the $349 billion limit authorized by the CARES Act last Thursday, April 17th. What does this mean? At this time, the Small Business Administration, also known as the SBA, has stopped accepting applications for loans. We are actively monitoring the situation and are hopeful that more funding becomes available soon. All this said, we are currently still accepting PPP loan applications with QuickBooks Capital. If and when we are able, we will submit these applications to the SBA. We're currently accepting applications for a subset of customers who have QuickBooks Online Payroll, QuickBooks Desktop Payroll, and Intuit Online Payroll. However, availability may vary. We are working around the clock to expand to more customers in the future in the hopes that more funding becomes available soon. In the meantime, let's talk about some of the things you can do. Stay tuned to our QuickBooks Hub that's dedicated to PPP information and resources. You'll see the URL on the screen. If you're able to, complete your PPP loan application with QuickBooks Capital. Visit Intuit Aid Assist to see what federal relief you may be eligible for should additional funding become available. Intuit Aid Assist is a free service designed to help US-based businesses, self-employed, contractors, freelancers, and gig workers navigate business relief programs. Small business owners can use the site to see if they qualify for a PPP loan or EIDL. Select check your eligibility, and complete the brief questionnaire to see if you're eligible for a loan. You might consider other relief options. The Express Bridge Loan Pilot Program offers a loan of up to $25,000 to small businesses that have a current business relationship with an SBA Express lender. The SBA's debt relief efforts automatically pay the principal, interest, and fees on current 7A, 504, and microloans for 6 months. The SBA will also automatically pay the principal, interest, and fees of new 7A, 504, and microloans issued prior to September 27th, 2020. Finally, you could talk to an accountant or lawyer about next steps. Here are some questions you might want to ask based on your business and current situation. Should I apply for the employee retention credit instead of a PPP loan? Should I bring my employees back right now and back from unemployment? What other loan options might I qualify for? For example, short-term loans.
Yeah, thanks so much for that information, Catherine. That's been really helpful. So now I'd like to dig in deeper to talk more about payroll and why we're starting there first. So Sandy, with you as our payroll expert, we're going to turn over to you to discuss further.
Sure, thanks, Alex. So simply put, if an applicant uses one of our payroll services, such as QuickBooks Online Payroll, QuickBooks Desktop Payroll, or one of the Intuit online payroll services, and applies within QuickBooks Capital, we already have access to the core information that is needed to simplify the application process for them. Payroll data will be provided through a real-time connection from any of these payroll services directly into the loan application itself, based on the information that they've already entered in their payroll service. That means average monthly payroll costs will automatically populate in the application itself. No additional payroll documentation is needed if they base the loan amount off of average monthly payroll cost validated by this connection. Additionally, a new average monthly payroll cost report will be available in the payroll service, making the gathering payroll documentation, calculating the average monthly payroll cost easier and faster.
Thanks so much, Sandy. And if the SBA does hopefully begin accepting applications again, what are some of the documents that an applicant might need who doesn't currently use a QuickBooks payroll product?
Great. So to start off with, the full list is on the screen. But to cover the payroll documents, if they use another payroll provider or they intend to apply using the PPP SBA borrower application outside of Intuit or QuickBooks, additional documentation is required to validate average monthly payroll costs. Such documents include but aren't limited to the following: federal payroll forms 940, 941, or 944, payroll provider reports, such as our new average monthly payroll cost report, state payroll document, tax document forms, or documentation of expenses related to the employer contribution of health benefits and health insurance and retirement. In addition to supporting documentation of payroll costs, an authorized representative of the business must also certify that the documentation provided is true.
Great. Thank you so much, Sandy. And this ends our Paycheck Protection Program webinar. Thank you to Sarah Paul, Catherine Crevels, and Sandy Edwards for joining me today. And I'm Alex Cwalinski. I'd also like to thank our ASL interpreter, Christina Martinez. Everyone viewing this right now will be emailed a recording of this webinar. You can check out quickbooks.intuit.com/small-business/coronavirus, as you can see on the screen in front of you, for more tools, resources, and information. Thank you for tuning in. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook to stay tuned on our upcoming webinars and our YouTube Q&As, where we'll go deeper into answering some of your burning questions.